Hey guys, Brunel here. I want to talk to you guys today about soil moisture. So this year we embarked on a venture where we started implementing soil moisture probes into our program. And what we're looking at here, this is basically the data from one of those soil probes for a growing season. This was a field of wheat. The beginning of the season is late May. That's when we had all of the systems set up and ready to go. So we missed kind of the month of May. And then it goes straight through to about the end of September. So what we're looking at here, the blue bars along the bottom, that's precipitation, daily precipitation totals. So you can see that there wasn't much rainfall throughout the first half of the season. We didn't really get anything until mid to late July. So we'll come back to that later. On the scale, on the y-axis, we've got 0 to 50 millimeters. So this represents the amount of water in the soil or available moisture in the soil. This green bar here, you can see the top of the green bar, that's field capacity. So for a clay soils in our region, they can hold about 40 millimeters of water before gravity takes the rest away. They're clay soils, they hold a lot of water. The bottom is permanent wilting point. So that's the point at which the plants can no longer extract water. The soil will not give it up. That's about 20 millimeters. So we want to play in this green bar or above to ensure that we have enough available moisture for the crop. So you can see where we started the season, we were pretty much everything was at field capacity or better. But as a season, right off the hop, because I mentioned this is late May, the beginning, our crop was already established. It was already pulling moisture right off the get-go. But you can see that by the time we hit into the end of June, early July, our top foot, that's the other thing that I forgot to mention. These probes have 6 sensors. The top 3 sensors basically cover the top foot of soil. The next 2 sensors, 50 and 70 centimeters, cover the 1 to 2 foot range. And then the last one at 100 centimeters covers, let's call it the 3rd foot. So by the time we reached early July, late June, we're already to the point where there's no water left in that top foot of soil. Now, what implications does that have for your crop? Well, that's where all the fertilizer is. So if we don't have water to move fertilizer into the plant, are we limiting the amount of nutrients that can get into that plant? So you can see by that point, we're already pulling moisture from, further down into the soil profile from the top 2 feet. And we're starting to get to that point here where the top 2 feet are depleted, but timely rainfall, so 20 mils almost of rain in late July, you can see that it helped bring up the moisture level in the whole soil profile. And it carried us through to the next rain. So again, here we're in a position where there's not much water available in the top 2 feet. We're drawing down from 3 feet, but then another timely rain bumps us back up. Keep drying, keep drying, keep drying. Now we're into early August, but by now that crop is fully mature and it's stopped using water. So any kind of rainfall that we get from that point on is just going to go to replenish our soil reserves for next year. So you can see that with all the rainfall we've had, that our levels are almost back up to where they were at the beginning of the season. So we're in really good shape for next year. And we've only had more rain since then, so these levels have climbed even higher. But in the interest of that, I just wanted to show you today how we can use these tools to help monitor the soil moisture availability and do a better job of predicting, okay, what is my yield potential? Now, this year, because we had a couple of points during the growing season, key times where we didn't have all that much water available, we're kind of leery that we weren't going to get, or we maybe only going to get half a crop. Now, thankfully, there's other factors. The fact that we didn't have any drowned out areas, we had good moisture reserves. We have very forgiving soils in a sense that we can pull water from deeper. They hold a lot of water. That carried our crop through, and we ended up with pleasant surprises at harvest time. But so this is just how we can use these tools to better understand what's happening in the crops. Now, in our weather network, we had 18 of these probes this year set up, kind of spread out all over the place. And we put them in different crops purposely so that we can start monitoring, okay, what are the differences? So we've got, 4 or 5 in wheat, canola, corn, So now we can start comparing different fields, different moisture, different rainfalls, different growing environments to say, how do our yields, how do our soils react, all with the goal of learning more about how to better utilize those resources, how to better predict yield, how to better understand what is happening with our crops. So if you enjoy these videos, please like, share, subscribe, check out our content. If you've got any questions or you want to learn more about our weather network, leave a comment. Check out our socials, reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to talk. If you're farming in the Red River Valley and you want to learn more about how the network can benefit you, reach out. We definitely want to continue helping growers learn more about their crops and how to do better. So thanks again for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.